Hello there, welcome back to Simon's Shed. It's time for Severn Valley Railway layout update number 22. So yes, this is my N-gauge version of the Severn Valley Railway, which I call the Severn Valley Railway. And in this episode coming up, many more details at Arley, installing the first lights, getting the trains running again, and the first arrival at Arley. So yes, more details have been added at Arley, but just before I show you that, quick thanks to Will /Intercity82. He recently did a shout out video and included this channel, and I did see quite a big spike in subscriber numbers. So welcome to all new subscribers, and hopefully I will keep you entertained with some N-gauge trains. So let's take a look at what I've been doing. Okay, a quick catch up and a bit of a reminder of the sort of overview of the layout, which I keep forgetting to do. So we come in the shed here and we've got the liftable 2-track sort of bridge section there, which is not part of the scenery. And here we have the Kidderminster end, what will be, with the helix down to the fiddle yard, which again, this is not part of the scenery. But up here we'll have the Kidderminster station, the SVR station, and the London Midland station. And that goes off into the distance. We've got the turntable, and it turns into the valley. So these 2 tracks here will be hidden, and this will be the Severn Valley line. And we start getting to the bits that I've actually done some scenery on, and we come into Arley station. So that's the very temporary Victoria Bridge over there. And obviously this is the bit I've been working on. I'll try and give you a decent overview of the whole thing. Starting to take shape, and that's the end of the scenery, as I said, and we're back to the liftable ramp. So let's go in a bit closer, and I'll catch you up on what I've been doing. So you've seen most of this. You should now have seen the video on the how I made the little post and wire fence there. You won't have seen, if I stick to my current plan, the video on how these picnic benches appeared, but the detailed video on the post and rail fence seems to have gone down pretty well. You seem to like that, so I decided to do another one, and this time it's these picnic benches, which when I bought them were completely flat brass kits. So they're completely had to be built and painted and everything, so video on that is on its way. Last episode I was waiting for this spear fence to come through the post. Obviously it's now here, so if we move back we can see as we come down into the platform. Let me get you a closer look at this, because I'm quite pleased with how it turned out. So I got the spear fencing up here. I snipped some bits off of the seafoam trees and put some pink dots of paint on to make these rose bushes behind the fence. And I printed out some tiny little posters and tried to match them up as closely as I can to the posters that are actually there at Arley. At least 2 of them. I think it's this this GWR one, and one of these is literally exactly the same poster that's there in the real world. So yeah, added some more trees to this area, and some sort of, you can't really see it from that angle, but some sort of, this area is sort of wild, a little bit wild. This area is sort of neater and is the picnic area. So yeah, we've got the spear fence, we've now got the gate, we've got the fence with the posters, and I don't know if, no, you can't see in that one. We've got some benches as well, started to stick those in the right place. Here you can see a bit more of the wild, sort of rougher ground cover. Some of this hasn't worked particularly well. It's supposed to be sort of a wild bush with sort of little white flowers on it, but might have to go over that again. Ignore the telegraph pole, just, I know that's not stuck down, that's just leaning against the tree to remind me to put it in. It should continue that line of telegraph poles down there. So yeah, a lot more trees in this area, and some sort of undergrowth starting to fill in the gaps when we get down to the shelter. And I've started to do some more. This is supposed to be more sort of landscaped planting, and that little white bit of paper is to remind me that there are some steps, so I might put those in. It's only a tiny little detail, but yeah, I think I'm going to put that in. And yeah, that's where I've got to so far, apart from these other couple of benches there. So from here we have a ramp that goes down and hits the ground about here, and then you sort of walk around the corner to the platform. So I need to put that surface in really next. So you can see what we're doing is this ramp down here. That's the best photo of it I could get without actually driving down there myself. And there's another shot of it, so you've got sort of a wedge of greenery and then the ramp. So I've just used a strip of cardboard down here and just glued it to the existing surface. The slope wasn't quite right, so I've PVA'd along here and put some scatter on. I'll have to hoover up the loose stuff once that's dried, and then just used a little shaper sheet, woodland scenic shaper sheet offcut here to sort of blend it back in with the hill that side, and that should be stuck down now. So once that's hoovered off or swept off, let it dry first, but once that's cleaned off, what I'll do is print out another sheet of this and then just stick it on there, and it'll only be this first 8 or 10 mil of the path. The rest will go back into sort of greenery, but I think that's the basic sort of ground level worked out. So I have done a little bit more on this area. I've now put some base paint on there and some PVA ready for the static grass to go on. But the thing I've moved on to in the meantime is the platform lights. So got the first one in and ended up painting all of them about 3 times because I was trying to sort of match the colour up myself, and yeah, they came out sort of orange at first and then they came out quite pink, so I think I've got a nice balance now. I tried to match it up to this. I made another platform barrier and I was happy with that colour, so I tried to match it up to that, and that's worked out okay. So the first light is in, it's not quite connected up yet. I'll show you what I'm doing. Obviously just very, very carefully drill a hole through in the right place and take the wires from the end and just solder on some extensions because they're not quite long enough to reach. Once it's through down there, I will put some insulation tape or something on there to stop it shorting out, but I can't put it on now because it won't fit through the hole. And if we go down here where the wires will come out and eventually be connected up, this is just temporarily up there to the light hub, but I'll attach that to here later on. And we've got one in there, one sort of halfway in, and we've got another two here, and we've got another two there, one there and one right in the corner there, and three up this ramp. So that's going to be 11 of the 12 lights that I've bought used up already, but yeah, should look good when it's all lit up, so I'll crack on with those. Okay, got the lights in the shed off because we now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's one just up there. 8 of the platform lamps done. So, ready for the big switch on. We've got them all going into 2 ports on here, and we've got a switch here. So, it's not quite dark enough to get the full effect, as we haven't got any blinds or anything up at the moment. But if I can get the camera in a darker area. There we go. Really pleased with that. It does, adding lights does add quite a lot to a layout. It's one of the best things you can do, I think, to bring it to life, is to add some lighting. I think I'll leave the lighting there for now. There are a couple more, 3 more to add up here if I'm going to make it exactly the same as the real station. But for now, I've had enough of soldering and fiddling about with wires, so it's time to do something else. Now that this bit's largely done, I can start working on this bit. But I think once I've tidied this up, and that bit of wood across the track there, I might what I might do is give the whole track a bit of a hoover and see if I can work out a shot where you can't actually see any of the unfinished bits. In other words, try and get a shot of that looks like a train is coming into Arley station. So Henry and myself have hoovered all of the track, or at least the Severn Valley loop. So one of the 3 loops, the whole thing's been hoovered all the way around, and as you can see here, it's now all cleaned off. And my trusty maintenance train, which is currently made it just about from Arley station heading off to Bridge North, and it made it across there, and the sort of sneaky return bit is in here where it comes back into Kidderminster, but it keeps stopping, and it's stopped again here. So I will get some more IPA on the go and track rubber and try and get this loop running again, because it's clearly not happy at the moment. A very dirty track. It's been months since anything ran on that line, so let's continue the cleanup. Okay, nearly there. We got it to do a nice loop, but for some reason this I noticed the wagon kept getting derailed. So if we look down here, trying to figure out what it was, when it gets to here, this little bit of scenery sticking out is catching the wagon. So that's good to know, because we can just probably best to just rip that bit out, to be honest. I don't want to give the impression to beginners that you just plonk a load of track down and it all magically works and keeps working. It's not too bad. You do have to, it's only like a, you know, a good 10-minute clean every now and again is enough to keep it going. In fact, the more you use it, it's stuck there now, the more you use it, in a way, the less you have to clean it, because it doesn't have chance to sort of oxidize as much, I find. It's when you've left it for a long time that it's more of a pain. I'm just going to take that out for now, and hopefully our little wagon will now be able to get round. That's better. Right, time for another run with the maintenance train. Success. There we go. So there we are, Tornado 60163, the first visitor to this version of Arley Station. Thought that would be appropriately grand, and certainly looks good with the long rake of coaches on, and good to get some trains running again, because I've not done that for a while. And the real Tornado did actually visit the Severn Valley not too long ago, so thought that would be appropriate. Although it's not actually blue anymore, is it? But never mind. I have to get repainting my my version. So next, I think I'll finish off this ramp. Need some handrails and some more lights on there, and some more trees and bushes and stuff in this area. Try and get that finished off, and then start on this section. But for now, thanks very much for watching. I'll see you soon.